The Belgrade Community Library March Crafternoon kit is a No-Sew Spring Gnome sponsored by the Pagny Novotny Memorial. Materials needed for the Spring Gnome are cardstock paper, felt in 2 colors, one for the body and one for the hat, fur fabric, a cardboard cone, cotton ball, small elastic hair tie, a pair of old pantyhose, felt flower embellishment, an X-Acto knife, pencil, scissors, and a hot glue gun. Line up the cone along one edge of the cardstock paper and make a pencil mark on the paper at the tip of the cone. Roll the cone along the paper while tracing the bottom opening of the cone. Stop once you've gone past the mark on the paper. Draw a line connecting the end of your tracing with the mark from the cone tip. Then cut out the template and set aside. We will be using this for the felt to make the hat of our spring gnome. Using a cut piece of old pantyhose, grab the cotton ball and place it inside the pantyhose and tie with a small elastic hair tie. Now I'm going to make the body of the cone, and I'm choosing where to place the felt on the back side with a pencil, placing a dab of hot glue, and I'm going to center the top edge of the felt onto the back side and wrap it around tightly to the front. Then using a scissors, I'm going to cut off any excess felt. I want to leave an extra 1/2 inch overlap on the bottom. Glue the body nice and smooth onto the cone. You'll want to put glue on the inside edge of the bottom of the cone and tuck in the felt nice and tight. Now moving on to the beard, you'll need your fur fabric, and you'll want to make sure that it's facing downward, and the beard will wrap halfway around the cone. So go ahead and line up where you want it on the cone and make a pencil mark on the back side of the fur. You want it to reach down to the bottom of the cone, and then make a rough sketch showing where you want to make your cut marks to cut out the beard. Cut out the beard using an X-Acto knife, making sure that you're only cutting the backing and not the fur. You'll want to do this slowly and very carefully. Now here we have our nose, and I'm going to trim off some of the excess pantyhose. And I'm not just going to glue this onto our cone. I'm actually going to make a little cut or a notch in the back side of the beard, and using the X-Acto knife, I'm going to pull the pantyhose through from the front through to the back. That way the beard is attached to the nose. Place some hot glue along the top edge of the beard and attach to the cone, and you're almost done. Moving on to the hat, you're going to grab the template that you made earlier. You'll place it on the other colored felt, trace it, and cut out your felt pattern. It's going to be bigger than what we need, so we can cut any excess off that is not needed for the hat. Place some glue on the front half of the gnome as well as the top of the nose. You'll then grab your felt and you're going to center it on the front and have it a little come on top of the nose. It makes it look really cute with the little crinkle. And then wrap it all the way around to the back side. You're going to see the excess that you need to cut off. You can use your judgment on how much you'd like to trim off. Once you've done so, you can glue the edges of the felt down onto the rest of the cone. Our spring gnome is almost done. I wanted to add a little more, so I have a felt flower that I glued to place on the hat. Thank you for joining our March Crafternoon project. I hope you enjoy your new spring gnomes.